Now, this is what I want you to understand today. That gout is not caused by red meats. No, it's not caused by consumption of red meats. I know you've been told that you should avoid red meats if you're suffering from gout or gouty arthritis. Now, understand this, that gouty arthritis is not about what you eat. It's about how whatever you eat leaves the body. It's not an intake problem. It's an excretion problem. So this brings about the issue about your kidney, because uric acid is excreted from the body in form of urine. And when it's adequately excreted, there's not a time that this uric acid will end up crystallizing in your joints. But whenever your kidneys are failing, there will be rising levels of uric acid in blood, and this uric acid is going to crystallize or precipitate in your joints, causing the gouty arthritis, causing the swelling, the reddening, and all the pain. Now, I know the argument about the red meats is about the protein or the animal protein metabolism, where now these red meats will be broken down to purines, and then purines will raise the levels of the uric acid. Now, when the levels of uric acid go up, that should not even worry you, because it will still be excreted adequately. The body determines what it needs and what it doesn't need, and whatever it doesn't need, it leaves the body through different mechanisms. In this case, the uric acid will live in form of the urine, and this is actually the reason as to why urine is called urine, because uric acid is excreted through that channel. Now, even when you avoid the red meats, those of you who are suffering from gouty arthritis, you realize that the levels don't go down. Why? Because uric acid is naturally produced by the body. And also, you'll target the wrong foods. You'll avoid the meats while you're still taking the fruits. Remember, fruits contains fructose, and fructose is the only sugar among the others which has tendencies of raising the levels of uric acid. So you'll avoid meats and then go to vegan diets, and then you know what happens? You increase the fructose in blood, the levels of fructose in blood, and consequently raise the levels of uric acid. So, and then you know the fructose will actually hurt your kidneys and prevent the kidneys from performing the role of excretion. So this uric acid will not be excreted. Therefore, it will precipitate in your joints. So it's not about what you are eating. It's about how whatever you are eating is leaving the body. So gouty arthritis or gout is not an intake problem. Enjoy your meats, enjoy them in plenty, and make them fatty. Make them fatty. But drop the fruits because of the fructose. Drop the sugars. Drop everything else that compromises your kidneys. Number one, like the NSAIDs, the painkillers, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, the likes of ibuprofen, diclofenac, aceclofenac, celecoxib, naproxen, all those drugs that fall under the class of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, have to go. You also need to drop the steroids, the likes of dexamethasone, prednisolone, which is called the PDL, hydrocortisone, including the inhalers that contain the budesonide. These are all steroids, and steroids are going to affect your kidneys. Particularly about dexamethasone, is a drug that has been abused over the ages, particularly by women, for broadening the hips and even for lightening of the skin. It is going to harm you. Also, the anabolic steroids, the ones that men take in the gym, or the gym goers, they are going to harm your kidneys. And also, inflammatory foods, any sugar or any substance that you know that is going to compromise the functioning of your kidneys should go, because when your kidneys starts to fail, that role of excretion is not undertaken. Therefore, uric acid will go up. Number two, you start suffering from anemia, because it's the kidney's role of producing the hormone erythropoietin or EPO that sends signals or information to your bone marrow to mature the red blood cells and raise the levels of your blood. So if you have failing kidneys, EPO will not be produced, and consequently you suffer from anemia. Number three, the activation of vitamin D happens at the kidneys, the last activation and conversion of the inactive form of vitamin D to calcitriol, which is the active form of vitamin D, and so many other roles, including the control of blood pressure through aldosterone hormone, regulation of your stress through cortisol hormone. All of these are roles that the kidney undertakes. So whenever you hurt your kidneys, all of these problems are likely to occur. including that gouty arthritis that I explained. It is an excretion problem. You are not able to excrete uric acid. Therefore, don't avoid your meats. Eat your meats in plenty, all forms of meats. Cook them in saturated fats, you know, and take a variety of them, including the eggs. All animal proteins are healthy for you, whether red or white. You need it. Otherwise, you're also going to suffer from anemia. Why? It's from the red meats that you're able to liberate or derive the iron from, which is very, very important when it comes to blood regulation and blood levels. I hope this video helps.